Welcome to part 3 of our review of Wonderland Dreams. Today we're going to be looking at Bloodcraft and Dragoncraft, two classes that I play. Thus, I may be able to speak knowledgeably about these cards. I think this card's really good, solid. I could actually see this being played in Constructed and like Control Blood. Like it's powerful ability, honestly.
Yeah, 3 defense is a huge,
It's like a big
deal.
number that kills a lot of stuff. This is like Priest of the Cudgel. Like what the fuck? Why? And it's a fanfare, not an evolve. So it's just
Yeah,
card.
Yeah,
Is
that's
very,
ridiculous, isn't it?
and you also don't need vengeance to be active.
you don't need vengeance to be active. You just
And it
nug
even
'em.
gets you closer to vengeance.
And you also get real stats when you evolve, not 4/5. So this card is very.
That's
good.
crazy. It does everything.
Does everything.
This card's really good. Yeah, we should. I would play this card in Constructed.
Plus, dealing 2 when you're not in vengeance is also really nice, right? Like some cards deal 2 like regardless. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two mana, 3/3. Can't attack.
The mushroom elephant.
Whenever.
But if you play a neutral, then it can, and it rushes. I mean,
I guess maybe.
it's kind of. I mean, if you even if you reliably get that off, it's not really that good.
Yeah, it's not good enough. It's just so specific. But, I mean, there's a lot of blood decks that play Goblin.
I don't think this card is. I mean, it is big. It's a 3/3 for 2. Obviously, it's overstated, but like in the end, it's just stats. I think you don't want to think too much about it. It's just stats, inconsistent stats.
Could be really good in like an aggro kind of thing if you get it off consistently, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about really good, but
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Not really good, but decent. Yeah.
I mean,
the problem is that like it never is able to attack without playing that neutral.
Yeah. I think the card is mediocre.
Yeah.
Mediocre.
3 mana amulet. Countdown 5. Whenever your leader takes damage during your turn, subtract 1 from this amulet's countdown.
And then you put a creature into play from your hand. Yeah, this card is
the highest cost. So, and you can get multiple subtracts in one turn, right?
Yeah, if you play stuff like Flower Bed and.
So you have to hit yourself 5. Well, or you could wait, right?
5 separate times.
You don't have to hit yourself 5 times, but.
I mean, maybe you could get something going with this, but
I think this is too much work for.
It costs 3. 3 is too much.
Yeah, right? And it's a random amulet. Like, thing is, Blood Moon is so much better, I think, than this card, and Blood Moon doesn't even really see played. Yeah, at least Blood Moon has like synergies and stuff. This thing needs like a lot of work to get what exactly? Like,
get a fatty in.
Get a fatty in. And there is a good fatty, but now this card is very mediocre.
Yeah.
This card's not going to see play at all.
3 is too much, I think.
Oh, good enough.
This card I think is really good. I think this card is really nice. I think it's just really flexible, and I have no complaints about it. It's just a 3 mana 2/3. It's gonna be competing with stuff like Bite and Grimnir. But this thing it just hits harder. I don't know. Becoming a 4/3 is pretty sweet. I don't know. There are gonna be some times though where you're probably gonna want it to have. It's kind of you can't control it very well, which is why I'm not a huge fan of it. But just the 2/3 ward for 3 is okay. It's like fine. And then like a 3 mana 4/3 if you like top deck into an open board, and which is
there's probably better things to play though.
It's okay.
Nothing special though.
You might see it as like a 1-up here and there.
Okay, 2 mana 3/1.
There it is.
But it can't get. Okay.
Okay, so it mitigates some of that, but it still trades with every 2-drop in the game, and it's so vanilla.
But it's
Doesn't
really
that
good at
mean
it's really
it's
good at being
aggressively
vanilla
cost?
though.
Yeah. It's
I think
It's
all the
better than a
2-drops
2 mana 2/2, right?
I think it's not better than the 2-drops available to Bloodcraft though. They have Blood Wolf, they have Urius,
Yeah.
they have like
But Urius can't kill this thing.
Urius can't kill him. But maybe in like aggro, like 3 power for 2 is a thing. Maybe you could play it in aggro Bloodcraft, but I think
You're gonna end up hitting Urius with this
Bloodcraft
thing.
Bloodcraft already has like a 2 mana 3 power creature that they don't even play. So
Yeah.
I think this card is
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really do anything. It's just
Oh,
stats,
vanilla.
and it's not
Yeah, it's-
amazing. Stats.
Yeah.
It's a good, like this is great in Take 2. I think it's good in Take 2.
Yep.
Brute Fang.
1 mana spell. Targeting
So this is
neutrals.
like Medusa Gaze, but this card is bad because it's 1 mana, and it's like Medusa's Gaze is not played, and I don't think this will be played either.
How much mana does Medusa's Gaze cost?
Stamping it, shit, 2.
2.
Yeah, not good enough.
So this costs 1 because it's neutral only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other one was every follower, so obviously that one's better. Half the mana for half the targets, or like a third of the targets.
Yeah, it's not good
Right,
enough.
next card, Vanderstanch. This card,
Okay.
I could see this card being kind of
Uh,
good. This card has potential. It's pretty cool. It is a last word, so
From your deck into play.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So
Yeah.
it's pretty flashy. This is like some flashy text right here. But we have to keep in mind that you have to pay 7, and it also has something that you can like trade into and die. Somebody's got to play an Ouroboros into this. That's basically what you hope for, so you can get like, I don't know. I'm just like these effects I feel like are really flashy, but they're really inconsistent. Like it's easy to think like this is kind of like
What? This looks really good to me. Is it not good?
I just think it's a 5 mana 4/5 rush like 80% of the time.
I
Which
feel
is
like it's
fine
very
or not
it's
terrible,
very
right?
poor at
Like, I would never
5
play that
mana.
constructed.
Like very poor at 5 mana. Like
You would only ever want to play
and
it in
it's
constructed
good
for
at
the
7,
enhance.
but man, you better be close to winning the game by 7.
And I just feel like I could see this being like a cool combo enabler. There are some combos, but I just think that this card is like too inconsistent. And the only thing I can think of getting that's like really good is the next legendary, or like Azazel, or because you want all the other guys have cool fanfares, right?
You're gonna be getting them on turn 8, right?
Yeah. So it's like
It's not even that early,
not even that early.
but it's kind of cheap. Well, you're paying 7 for it, kind of, but
Well, let's look at
Yeah.
it. Look at the Bloodcraft followers that cost 6 and up. Is that up, right? You got cost
No,
there.
it's
Play points and
at
up.
least 6. Huh?
But then I guess you can put neutral creatures.
yeah, you put like, I don't know, Bahamut. I mean, you don't get the fat, like you just a huge body, right? It's in
Big,
there.
huge body.
Bahamut,
Yeah,
Odin.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I mean, Odin, you don't want Odin because Odin's terribly understated for 8
Zeus?
mana. Yeah, you can get Zeus.
You're missing out on the charge, but that's still like pretty sick on turn 8, right? To have
No, you get
Zeus
it
in
at
play.
the start of your next turn. So it'll be at the start of your next turn. So it's
Right,
basically
right,
like
right,
White
right.
Wolf. So it's like White Wolf.
I mean, dropping in a Zeus on turn 8 and you still have 8 mana to play as well, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna be that's kind of deck would be like kind of that wants this kind of dorkiness, and I think it's dorky. I just think it's pretty. I'm not terribly impressed. I think you can be better. Just the thing is, you have to play cards like Zeus in your deck, right? And Zeus, I don't want to be. I don't think you really want to be playing Zeus in Blood.
But we're talking about only a 1 of, right? Like this thing is just a toolbox.
And then you can draw. But then the thing is, it waters down, it dilutes your deck when you do stuff like that, right? Because then you could like draw Zeus in your opener, or you can draw Zeus like in turn 4 where you don't need it, right? You could draw Zeus at any point and you'd be like, shit, this is terrible. and, like Bahamut too, right? Like it just waters down your deck. It dilutes your plan, and
Well, it's a
I don't
control
know,
deck kind of plan, I guess.
control deck.
But it's
And I
like,
think it
but
just
it
has better
might
control
tempo
points.
out control decks
Eh.
because you hit your bombs earlier, right?
Maybe, maybe
Maybe if they don't have removal.
they don't have removal.
But
or they
you
don't have a
you
good
probably
tribunal,
you
or-
could potentially play 2 baddies on turn 8, right?
I just think giant amounts of stats is not impressive in this game because of just like
Yeah.
you thought that the Maelstrom Serpent would be really good, right? You saw it's like a full board full of
Yeah.
5/5s.
Like the
Seven,
Baphomet
right?
thing,
It just
like
it's
playing for
honestly
5.
just not that impressive. Like you want to because you have to deal with stuff like Themis Decree. You have to deal with like sweepers. You have to deal with Neff stuff. You know, like
Is there
all
any
the control
crazy
decks
last words you can get?
off of Bloodcraft. I don't.
Yeah,
think
Blood
so.
just doesn't have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they don't have last words, right?
And neither do really. Well, they can get the spawn. Like the thing is, it can get the spawn of the abyss, which is the legend that's coming out in this set. But that's like this is in this set, and this card I think is insane. You can get this card, which I'm okay
Alright.
with.
Yeah, I don't know. From what I've seen with Blood, this couldn't go
I
in
think this card
any
is
deck
too
brew that
consistent.
I have. So
I think this card's
move
too
on.
consistent.
Move
Yeah.
on.
Dan's a fan. I'm
I'm not a huge fan.
I'm skeptical.
It's
But
flashy
I
though.
like the effect. I think it's a flashy effect. It's flashy. It's very flashy.
I might try it, but I don't know.
It'd be fun to try. Like you'll definitely get some sweet wins off this.
You can get some wins.
The
You'll get
question
some
is
flash.
whether it's like consistent enough, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? All right, next card is I
Okay.
think is really good. I think this.
Do you
card's
think
really
this is
sweet.
really good? I don't think this
nice?
is really
I
good.
mean, it's not. It's a little bit underpowered, but it's just. It plays the game I like. You know, I like this type of stuff.
I'm just
like,
like,
it works.
5 cost? Oh.
I think this card is pretty sweet.
Does a lot of stuff.
Does a lot of stuff, and yeah, I mean, it's not.
It could
I wouldn't-
3
it's not
for 1 with an
overpowered.
evolve, right? Pretty
Yeah, it's not.
pretty easily.
Yeah, it's definitely on the lower scale of power, but I like this kind of card. You know what I mean? Just consistent, always gonna be good, and
This reminds me of the Haven 2. They have a 5-mana 2/4, right? That draws a card and
yeah,
heals.
it's like Radiance Angel, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the most flashiest card. It's not the most.
I mean,
I think this is better.
this is probably
Radiance,
better, right?
Radiance Angel draws a card.
But Bane
I don't
and
think-
Fanfare? That's like
yeah, the Bane
that's
and
kind of
Fanfare
better, right?
It's like about the same ish.
And Radiance Angel was played, right?
Radiance
So-
Angel is pretty. Yeah, it's played. But Radiance, because it draws a card. I think that's the big thing. This thing doesn't draw a card. 2 damage is nice, but it's not a card.
But it is 2 damage
It is 2
potentially to the
damage.
face.
It's like nice. It can go
right?
face, and you have Bane. You have extra text, right? You have Bane. You can gain life. It's not completely irrelevant. It might almost be good enough to be like a card, but I don't know if it's better than Radiance Angel. But it's like really close.
Do you like these cards that are like they just have all this random stuff? They're like not focused on anything. They're just like they have a little bit of
I
everything.
see this card. I just see it. I think this card's like it does work. It's gonna do work when you play it, and like
Yeah.
It's pretty
do
easy to
something.
play, right?
yeah, it's easy
But
to
I mean-
play. It's like it's not. It's consistent. That's the big thing. You know what you're getting from this card. You know exactly what you.
I mean, you have this in your hand, you have an evolve point, you know, around turn 5-6, you're feeling pretty good, right? Like
on
you
turn
can't
5.
you can't get killed when you have this ready to go.
Yeah, this
Turn
is
5,
just
you're
a-
usually playing Airship, right?
Yeah, it's not better than Airjammer. It's not better than Squall Lancer, but it's just more consistent. Like in a control deck, I think this kind of card is nice. Like in like a really dedicated control deck, I don't think it scores you a lot of points if you don't want to be in Vengeance, right? Obviously, if you're going to be going for Vengeance, it's like there's better 5-drops, but I think if you're not going for Vengeance, this card can still play.
Okay.
So it's not insane. It's very underwhelming.
All right.
Card is beyond underwhelming. This card is like garbage, man. Honestly.
You hate these buffs, don't you?
I don't like buffs because it doesn't.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not good.
It doesn't look good to me.
Look at this. It's not even a buff. It's like kind of removal. kind of.
Next.
It deal
Like,
3
I read
damage
it.
to itself?
Yeah. So it's not even like it'd be much better if it was like 3 damage, deal 3 damage to a creature, but it's like Obviously has the vengeance text, but
You think it deals 3 damage before the attack goes through?
yeah. So they'll kill it before they get the damage in. If it didn't do that,
Yeah, better do that, right?
yeah.
It's kind of like removal then, right?
Kind of like removal, but
But can't you can get like 2 damage or 2 cost removal, right?
yeah, there's 2 damage. There's 2 mana, 3 damage to creature and face. There's a Grazery Claw, which I think is just way better than this card. And you can give it to, so it's kind of like a sweeper if you're in Vengeance. Kind of.
It's a comeback card, right?
It's
if you
kind
get
of a comeback
if you
card,
get overpowered by aggro, and you play
Thing is-
this,
Blood has Revelation, which is just
Yeah,
better than
it
this
already has answers.
card. It has
right?
Revelation. Why do you need this card?
Next.
Yeah, this card is bad.
Esmeralda actually seems like it could be playable if you
I
can
think this card's really good. Like,
get the game to, 7, 8, 9. It's not good in an aggro version, but for the control version.
I think the thing is, when I run Vengeance Blood, I run Alucard because I like having a bit of top end, and I think this card is better than Alucard.
Yeah.
Alucard can be nice though because you gain life, but I think just coming to play Destroy something is damn good, man.
How do you spell that?
Alucard. It's like Dracula backwards. ALU.
Okay.
Alucard. So it's this card. I play this in Vengeance Blood because I kind of just want a little bit of top end. This is like the top end. And it's just like a nice storm follower. And this thing...
How do you know it's Dracula backwards? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
You ever watch Hellsing?
Okay.
I don't know. This card I think is... This card is what backwards? Adlarame.
Yeah, is there other ones that are something backwards?
Not like that. No, not Alucard. Not as I don't think as famous as Alucard. Alucard's a pretty big one. But anyways, yeah, this card is I think this card's very good. I would say it's like in a top, in my opinion, this would be like a top 5 gold card in set so far that I've seen.
Race car.
Yeah, it looks
Alright.
really nice.
Card is
Very useful to have in your hand.
card is also insane. What is this card?
Phantom
For Azure Drake.
draw.
6 mana, 5/5, draw 2 cards.
Leader.
Sure.
For
Why
each
not?
neutral
Slap 2
draw.
cards. Draw 2 cards on the card.
Do you need the neutral thing?
No, I don't even care about
No,
that.
What
I
the
don't even care.
What the This thing's insane, isn't it?
This is
Draw 2?
yeah, it's
On
definitely
5/5.
playable.
Really good.
The body's not even bad.
Yeah, it's like a good body too.
Why is
It's
it
like Azure.
why is it draw 2? It's crazy.
Honestly,
I don't
it's
know.
just like it's a sweet bonus if you do draw neutral. But
Like Radiance Angel has shit stats because it draws 1, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But this draws 2 and just doesn't.
It has average stats. 6 mana 5/5 is pretty.
Yeah.
Be a little bit below average. But yeah, this card is. I think this card's really good.
Yeah,
I think this
crazy.
card is fantastic. Top 5 gold card in my opinion.
Mm.
This card, I think this card is good. The way I read it, I just think this card is good. I want this card to be good. Card is.
So you draw
it's not, man.
you'll get 2 cards drawn every turn and the enemy is ticking down.
Yeah.
But like what turn do you play this?
Play on 6. Who gives a shit?
oh,
I
Play it
played
on
on
6.
well, I mean that's the thing. You can change your deck so that you
Change
can
your deck.
cast
I would
everything
actually
for
play this in
6.
Vengeance Blood and not play a 7-drop. Just play this as your top end. Just play 2 of these, and I would probably be happy.
And then you
Like,
just
this
draw 2 cheap cards every turn, right?
Yeah. The thing is, you don't need more PP in Vengeance Blood. Like it'd be nice to have 8 just so you can play 2 Dark Generals, but if you're I would trade that to draw 2 cards a turn, and ping them a turn, like once a turn. I think this card is, and it's like,
and it's a 6/6 is good too.
It's like big. It's not small. It's not like a dork. This is big.
It's not like a dead turn, right? Yeah. The thighs are huge. Okay,
And
yeah,
I
I could definitely see a deck topping out at 6 playing this, right?
You don't need more than 6 to play this card in Vengeance Blood, because you still can play most of your.
Would you
stuff.
play like Imlancer too?
No, I would just play Dark General. Dark General is just better. Like, you would still be able to play like Air Jammer. Might not be able to 2-spell a turn, which is kind of.
I mean, I can see it in Aggro Blood too, but
Aggro Blood? I just think Aggro Blood.
It's tough to say because it's like sometimes you want to kill them with an Implancer on 6, right?
Yeah, like you want to be killing them by 6. If they're not dead by 6, it's pretty.
So this gives you like the gas to go further.
This does give you a lot of gas. Maybe like as a one of, just because. I think blood.
But it's like if you're not winning with like Balfagor and all that other stuff, I don't know.
No, I think this card should see play. I'd be really sad if it didn't see play, because I think this effect is really cool and I think it's really powerful. But I think it should see play. Alright, let's go next. This next card, I think,
Bomb of the
definitely see play, because I think this card is insane.
So
ambush.
So it hits face for 6 if it's coming out of ambush, or if it dies when it's in ambush.
Yeah.
Right. So if it gets sweeped.
If it gets swept, it's still gonna hit him. Yeah. So this card, I think, is.
Now, so if you play this and hit face, you hit for 12, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big hit.
This card reminds me of, like, I think this is what Deepwood Anomaly wanted to be.
Yeah, kind of.
Except that this card, I think, is like, ambush is a big deal. I think having ambush is obviously
it's kind of slow, right?
Slow, but I think it's a big hit.
Yeah, I see why you think that Bandersnatch is what gets this.
Yeah. I want to have Bandersnatch get this, and then turn 8 play this. Just have 2 of them in play. Just be like, no.
Yeah, that would be insane, right?
Yeah, like it's like
what is he gonna do?
Gonna do sweep me? Okay.
Sweep me.
12. Hell, even pre-evolve. Take 14.
Because that's what you're looking for in these control decks, right? You want to win kind of before turn 10. Right, because then you beat a lot of the crazy stuff that's out there, right?
Beat like
it's a race, right?
It's hard to play Aegis into this card, right? You can't be like Aegis after this card.
Aegis doesn't even, it doesn't really get there against this. You really want to be winning on like turn 8, 9, right?
Yeah. Card does that. This card is a lot of damage, and like blood has probably the most amount of like actual face damage, so it's not like hitting for 12 should be lethal.
Would you play this as your only 6+ drop?
Yeah, probably. Like Temptress Vampire is good.
And you reckon you could get him down to 12?
Yeah, for sure.
So that you didn't have to draw, you didn't have to play one. Guarantee the kill.
Even just smacking a guy for 12 and having this still be alive is like, even if you evolve it and smack him for 16.
You know, I can't remember though. Does this actually work with Baphomet?
Yeah, because Baphomets get 5 power. I think. You get
is it 5
power.
or more, or is it just 5 power?
So you can tutor it with Baphomet too.
I can't remember if it was only 5 or if it was 5 or more.
No, 5 or more. I'm pretty sure. What was it? What's your game?
5 or more. Yeah.
5 or more.
At least 5.
You can play this on 5, and you play this for 5. I don't think that's like the big thing, because Baphomet's kind of a shitty body, but
No, you'd play this on 6.
And you play this on 6,
That's
right?
not
It would make it
5,
5 cost, which is like this is better than the snake, I think.
But if you play this
Oh.
on 6 and
I love
like
the learning
evolve
curve
it.
of side games, though, don't you? Like they printed Snake last turn. Is like surely this will be good. You get fucking 25 points, 25 of stats in play on turns. Like, but if you bottom it out, you get it on like turn 7 or turn 6. Just
Although Maelstrom Serpents got better when Lightning Blast was nerfed.
sure. I don't know. I still don't see that card ever being played against me. But it's just funny how they're like, okay, I get it now. We need a follower that just can't be killed or swept. Or something like that. I see. Otherwise, it's just not good enough if we have if, like, people just sweep it.
All right.
Yeah, these guys are crazy. So we like this card.
I like this card. Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Dragoncraft.
Dragoncraft? Here we go.
Elder Tortoise.
Meh. Card's very meh.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
a late game card.
Yeah. Just play
But I
Olivia,
mean,
you're dragging.
wouldn't you rather play
Have a lot of
like
respect.
a fatty later?
Yeah, just
Play Olivia. And
Doesn't
honestly,
Play
even have
Olivia,
to-
right? Yeah.
yeah, EV's not as important for Dragon because you're playing cards that are like.
Yeah. Not too
Alright, next
impressed.
card. This card I like a lot. I love stuff like this. Like a value
And-
card.
Yeah, great cost for doing an effect like that.
So
cards.
comparing, this is like
like
the
Maniac.
like the Shadowcraft card, the Witch, right?
Kind of, but you can build your deck to get like a certain type of card, right? If you're playing a lot of neutrals, then you can probably build it so you can get.
Yeah,
like,
it's a bit focused, right?
like this card, you could probably build your deck so that it only gets Forte or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're-
be like
that's-
an all
That's your
all
only
spells.
Dragoncraft card?
all spell
I think you can build a deck.
Dragoncraft.
You can
getting
build a
like
deck that's like.
the one follower.
I think you could build a deck that would be your only Dragoncraft follower.
Although there's always a chance it'll just get another summoner.
You're right, like targeted draw is really
Yeah.
it's always
It's good.
abusable, right?
I think
Somehow.
this card is you can design it. You might get another Dragoncraft summoner, but you just
Yeah.
chain them, Dad. You
You
Chain
just
it.
chain them.
surely eventually. Yeah, I guess it can get himself, which is kind of annoying. That's actually kind of annoying. Now that you mentioned that, yeah. All right, whatever. I think this card's solid.
Could definitely see some play in a very specific kind of deck, right?
So this is a 4-mana 5/5 if they have more stuff than you.
I mean, is a dragon worth 4?
4-mana, it's a 5/5.
So if he has one down and you play this, it doesn't work, right?
yeah, because it's an amulet.
So he has to have 2 creatures.
You have 2 creatures.
That's pretty
I
bad,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Just like low tempo, really low tempo.
Seems really bad to me.
It is a 5/5, but I think this could be good in Take Two maybe. I just don't. I would not want to play this card. Like you're playing Rahab. I'd rather just play Rahab than this card. Why would you
Yeah,
wanna play-
I'm not feeling that one. Okay. 7 mana,
big.
6/8 ward. And a discard.
I mean, it's a lot of stats, but
Thing is, you might not
This-
discard. You can play this into an open with no cards in hand, and you won't discard anything.
How does this compare to is it Griffin?
What, Dragon Guard?
Oh yeah, Dragon Guard.
Like Dragon Guard is like 6 mana 5/6. 7 mana 6/8. Obviously, it's bigger. This thing's better than Dragon Guard.
No. What's the other thing that has the evolve kill a creature?
Owl Guardian.
Yeah, owl, right?
Owl Guardian's a 4/5 that evolves into a 5/6, or 4/6 that evolves into a 5/7.
oh man.
I think this card is more stats,
I mean, wouldn't you rather play Owl Guardian if you're gonna play
Probably,
something like this?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better than. I don't think this is like a good take two card. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's a
good
good
take
take
two.
two.
Yeah,
Good take two.
not
All right.
constructed. Okay.
Rage Worm. It
This
it
card
actually
is-
seems like it could be a bomb. Like 3 mana? What the? They have to get rid of this. Otherwise, like
thing is, you only get one hit.
But you can't hit face, right?
Yeah, you can
you
hit
can.
face.
Just not that turn.
You can't do it on the turn. You have to play it on turn 3.
I see.
Wait till next turn, and then evolve it in attack phase.
That's fine. Right. Like the odds of them killing it on turn 3 or 4
What?
is still pretty low.
This thing's insane.
It
Right?
is insane.
5
It's
health?
so aggro. It's so aggro. Like honestly, I could totally see this being like. There's gonna be like some face dragons out there, man. Because this card is an insane aggro card. It's like ball lightning for
What?
Magic.
Like, okay, is this thing gonna get removed? I mean,
On turn 3.
you'd have to hit your creature into it and also have a removal spell in hand to kill it, right?
Yeah, generally, yeah. So you could get a 10 hit easily by turn 4. Like if you get the turn 4 evolve point, this card is really hard to get rid of. If you're going second, this card is actually like
That's crazy.
a lot of damage.
Just such a threat, right? Like 5 health. It shouldn't have 5 health.
It should be 3 mana. It should be 4 mana.
Yeah, that seems a bit 3 mana 5 health.
I think this card is actually kind of this could be
It looks,
could be a problem.
It looks pretty strong to me.
This
10
card
damage
gets
for-
my award
Because like
for
you
the
just
most
play
likely
it and you don't care. Like, oh, he kills it. Oh, you spent so much stuff on killing it. Okay, whatever. You don't kill it. Oh, I'm gonna punish you so hard. You just play it and you don't care, right?
Yep.
Looks really good.
It's gonna
It's a really aggressive card. Like you played in an aggro deck for sure. Like a straight up aggro deck. Just like you want to have like tempo behind this card. You want to be like you want to go like 1 drop, 2 drop, and then you play turn 3 this card. And it's just like, oh man, what do I do?
Okay. 3 mana, 1/4, ward, clash, game +4 attack until the end of turn, if overflow is active. So it's a 5/4 when it hits late game.
4/4. What's a 4? Oh, it's 5/4.
5/4.
So it's a 5/4 when it clashes, not when it attacks. So it's still a 1/4 when it's attacking face.
Yeah, underwhelming.
Yeah, it's quite bad. Next.
Okay.
It's okay. From 6 to 4, destroy an enemy follower. This is like I guess a decent. This is like a take 2 card in my opinion.
Hey, did they update their wording to say originally? They didn't used to say originally.
Say that.
Remember that was throwing us off before?
Enhances were triggering stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like discounted cards.
Yeah. I mean, I think this card is pretty okay.
So you have to play a 5-drop while you have this in hand.
Yeah, and then it becomes a 4-drop, which is not even like that big of a. It's not even like that.
It's not a big deal, no.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
I think it's mediocre. I think it's good.
Is this better than
Assassinate? I don't know.
Now what's
Dance of Death?
What about the 13/13 one?
Call? I don't know. I'd rather have the enhance honestly on call.
Yeah.
I think this card got some potential. I think this is like they're making some. There's gonna be some aggro dragon out there, man, and this card will be part of that.
Storm can be a big deal, yeah.
So say you have like 1 or 2 creatures on board. And you play this, and then you hit with those creatures. Then you have a storm for 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, I just think this really ties well with the Rage Worm. Whatever you're doing on turn 4, this thing turn 5, just to seal the deal.
Yeah, there you can do some pretty cool tempo stuff here. It is a bit small,
I don't know.
but Storm is obviously good.
I think it might be too small. No? I mean, it's gonna be like a 3/4 chard Storm, right?
On average, yeah, it would be a 3/4 Storm for 5, which is
It's not that good.
not great, but it has potential. I don't think it's better than Ina. I don't know. Ina is kind of like a card like this, and Ina didn't see any play. This card, I think, is probably a little bit worse than Ina. But I don't know. I think 5 is a big difference from 6, and could be.
Yeah, I'd say it's better than Ina, but still not great.
Dude, you haven't played against Shadow, man. I've had the thing be a 9/5, man. It's insane.
Okay.
All right, next card. I think this card's okay. I think it's good. I think it's not bad. Ooh, this thing. 9 mana, 6/8.
Kind of wish this did more. Like, I'm looking at it like, man, is this Dragoncraft? Like, why are
nothing?
What? Why is the last words an evolve?
I don't know.
All right, skip it. This card's
terrible.
It's 9 mana, it's too expensive. This
Do you actually have an evolve when you have 9 mana?
This is my jam right here. I love this card. I'm gonna be trying to build
You're just sacrificing dudes in there.
Wow, so tilting.
Dude, it's Windmill Slam.
Tilting at windmills.
I'm just gonna cast Israfil after this thing every time. It's gonna be great. I think this card's insane.
This reminds me of Leonidas a little bit, but Leonidas is like way better, isn't it?
Oh, I think this card is. This is like an OTK card. This is like a setup for like a combo. This is like a combo card.
Right.
There's a neutral card. There's a neutral legendary that combos really well with this card, and I'm gonna be playing a deck that's gonna be using this.
Yeah, and especially in Dragoncraft, 7 cost isn't actually going to be on turn 7.
Yeah. So you're going to play this right before you finish?
Yeah, right before like turn 10, yeah. Hopefully they don't kill it. But yeah, whatever. If they do, they do. If they don't,
well, that's the thing. There's not a lot of amulet removal being used right now.
Well, the Bloodcraft just got one. Emeralda kills amulets.
Yeah.
But yeah, amulet removal is not a premium, but it will be after this.
How does this compare to Zell?
Well, Zell is shit now, but Zell was really good. Zell at 2 mana was insane. Zell at 4 is just too expensive. But this is Zell thing is you can do it from hand, right? That was obviously why it was really good, because it was like 2 mana, you play it on the same turn as like Ouroboros, and you give Ouroboros Storm. But this card, like, I mean, this card just gives everything Storm, and it's like, I think this card's really good. I'm gonna brew with this deck. I think this card is like, you can do some pretty sweet stuff with it. So Israfil, man.
Okay.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
This card is also interesting.
An enemy dragon?
Yeah.
So if someone's an enemy 5/5.
I mean, if you're gonna evolve it.
Okay, so a normal 3 mana ward is a 2/3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're +3/+3 on that.
Give them
so
a 5/5.
So if you evolve it, you're getting +3/+3 instead of +2/+2.
But you don't usually have an evolve point on turn 3, right? So.
But still, so its evolve is super value compared like to average, right?
3/3 instead of +2/+2. Yeah. So you get an extra. You get basically 1 more in stats.
I mean, you'd never. Well, it does trade with the dragon even if you don't evolve, right? So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I think this potential to be disastrous.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for some hurt. I think this card is not great. Like, if you're getting just plus an extra +1/+1 in stats with an evolve point as like a 3-mana 2/3 ward, and I don't think it's that good.
It's not better than like killing a creature for an evolve point, right?
It's like okay. It's a lot. It's very big, right? But and it's interesting, the design. But I think it's very dramatic.
If you don't use any evolves on either side, it's gonna it's gonna kill the dragon and kill something else. So it's 1-for-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about that card anymore. Jabberwock, holy shit! Wow, this thing is straight out of like Monster Hunter, and
That's a sweet art.
that is insane ability.
Yeah, this seems pretty sweet too. I honestly don't know what to think about it because it's just like,
dude, if all of your other followers are Storm, like you just win, like right there.
It's so much harder to construct. Like you have to have a bunch of followers in play, and then you have to play it, and you have to have like the right followers in play, so you don't just like put a bunch of like dirtles in your deck. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure
So what Storm are you gonna play here?
I don't like Forte. I mean, I don't know.
Rage
Forte,
Dragon?
Genesis Dragon, one's Gilgamesh. It just feels like you have to you have to build really hard around this deck and around this card, and it's just a little bit too inconsistent. I think it's too inconsistent. You have to have followers in play.
Costs more.
You have to have like, which means you have to play a good amount of followers.
Is there some kind of
anything, right?
There's some kind of generator you could play?
Bad cards.
Yeah, you could play like
two
Goblin Princess.
2 mermen and this on turn 10.
No, man. There's a lot of things where you can get like.
I guess
like
that's kind of
hunters.
true. You play like Goblin Princess and then you play this. That's kind of cool. But it's just you have to have those creatures survive, and it's expensive. Like,
what if you pull in some Zeuses? It'd be pretty good,
the
right?
thing is, it's like it's this thing is so random, right? Like if you can get like a 2-drop, you kill a 2-drop in play, and you could get a 3-drop, or you get like a 5-drop, or get like a 6-drop. You don't know, right?
So you think this compared to like Ouroboros is more powerful?
Oh, Ouroboros is way better than this card.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't play cheap cards with this because it just gets all the other crap from your deck out, right?
It's so hard to build around. Like, yeah, I can imagine a turn where you just play this, it just like barfs out a bunch of Fortes, and you're just like,
you have to see like
that'd be pretty funny.
It does get
Fortes
random
and
followers that
Gems.
cost more than the destroyed one.
Yeah, but that could be like a 3-drop when you destroy a 2-drop, or like a 4-drop when you destroy a 3-drop.
Maybe, but you can influence that before you.
That's
But
really
the thing is,
hard.
you can't build a board of like 4-drops very easily, So.
Yeah. Like ideally, you play like 4 and a 3 on turn 7, and then turn 8 you play this, and then hopefully like get like a bunch of like 5-drops or something.
I don't know. I think this has the potential to be something.
I think
it's not really under the radar.
It's a dream.
It's a dream. It could be a noob trap, but it seems pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit undersold. I'm not sold.
Yeah, it's not consistent enough.
Way too consistent. I'm also not sold by this card either. 9 PP is a lot of allied followers though, that's for sure. Like this dies and you just play like.
So you get a bunch of big stuff. I mean, potentially huge stuff, right?
You have to play again, dorky. You're gonna have to play like a bunch of random the best turn after this would be like Forte and then like a 4-drop, I think, because the Forte would be like a 10 power creature.
Yeah.
And then it would be, and Forte's already like good enough, honestly.
Yeah, it's too slow, right? 9 mana. It's a bit slow.
See that as interesting as Jabberwock.
You gotta win earlier. These control decks, right?
Last word next turn. So your next
you
turn
can't have a dead turn 9, right?
Play this on turn 9. This card's really bad, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
No good. Easy
Alright.
dust.
Just. It's great art though. It makes me sad. I wish this card was a lot cooler. I like the art.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Right.
So that's finish for that. Next time we look at Haven and Neutral. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.